The light heavyweight division became recognized November 25th, 1903, when Bob Fitzsimmons defeated champion George Gardner. Now, George Gardner would become champion when he would defeat Jack Root. April 22nd, 1903. July 4th, 1903, Bob Fitzsimmons would defeat George Gardner. And Bob Fitzsimmons would not defend his title. He would move up to the heavyweight division to challenge Gentleman Jim Corbett in Carson City. And he would knock him out with the famous solar plexus punch. Now, Bob Fitzsimmons would be the only fighter to hold a middleweight championship belt that he would win from a fighter by the name of Nonpareil Jack Dempsey. He would win the light heavyweight championship belt from George Gardner. And he would win the heavyweight championship belt from Gentleman Jim Corbett. But November 25th, 1903, he would relinquish that belt. December 20th, 1905, Philadelphia Jack O'Brien would become champion. April 14th, 1914. October 24th, 1916. Jack Dillon, the Giant Slayer, would also become champion. October 24th, 1914. Battling Levinsky would hold that crown and wear it proudly until October 12th, 1920 to September 24th, 1922. George Compartier, the Frenchman, one of the greatest fighters of all times. He would hold the crown, become a splendid champion. He would challenge everyone around him. He would eventually lose his belt to Battling Siki. I'm Scrapbook Boxing, and I want to go through this career with you right here on the Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. George Compartier, the Orchid Man. And he was born January 12, 1894 in France. He died October 28, 1975. He was 81 years of age at the time of his death. He had total bouts of 109, 88 wins, 56 knockouts. Stood 5 foot 11 and a half. He was a welterweight, middleweight, light heavyweight, and heavyweight champion of France. He began boxing at the age of 14. He was a welterweight champion of France and Europe in 1912. 1912, he became middleweight champion of Europe, light heavyweight champion of Europe in 1913. But he would beat the barbarian Billy Wells, and he would become recognized as the European heavyweight champion. He would face Ed Gumbo Smith for the white heavyweight championship belt. He would become a referee for Jack Johnson and Frank Moran. He would defeat Battling Levinsky for the light heavyweight championship belt on October 12, 1920 in Jersey City, New Jersey. He would knock out Battling Levinsky in 4 explosive rounds. July 2nd, 1921, he would face Jack Dempsey, the Manasseh Mauler, in Jersey City, New Jersey. It would be considered the first $1 million gate. In today's currency, we're looking at $14 million. Phenomenal. Let's take a look at George Compartier and Jack Dempsey, the Manasseh Mauler. Now, Jack Dillon was known to be the Giant Slayer. They would call him the Giant Killer because he was some puncher, very aggressive, and never took no for an answer. Battling Levinsky would become light heavyweight champion of the world. He would lose his crown to the Orchid Man, George Compartier. July 2nd, 1921, George Carpentier would challenge the Manasseh Mauler, Jack Dempsey. It would be considered the first $1 million game. I pulled out my Jack Dempsey scrapbook. This entire book is Jack Dempsey, 1,000 pages. And in this book you have Jack Dempsey versus George Carpentier. As you can see, he knocks out George Carpentier in 4 rounds. This was the first $1 million game. It was broadcasted on radio. It was a phenomenal fight because George Carpentier was the truth. He just couldn't handle the pressure of a bigger man and a Manasseh Mauler, who was a Bowen fighter. Jack Dempsey can bang you to the body and the ribs and crack your jaw at the same time with one combination. This is an outstanding fight that took place 1921. George Carpentier and Jack Dempsey. An outstanding fight. Jack Dempsey prepares for George Carpentier. This bout would be some contest. As you can see, George Carpentier prepares himself for Jack Dempsey. Because George Carpentier was really a good fighter. He was one of the best fighters had to offer. The ring history of near champion. As you can see the tail of the tape, Jack Dempsey was 26 years old. George Carpentier was 27. Carpentier was 170 pounds and he stood 5 foot 11 inches and had a 76 inch reach. Jack Dempsey, 26 years old, 190 pounds, 6 foot 1, and had a 78 inch reach. Once again, George Carpentier had a 76 inch reach, was 5 foot 11, 170 pounds, and he was 27 years old. Just scanning through the scrapbook of Jack Dempsey for a moment. Now I just took out the scrapbook of George Carpentier. This book is 500 pages of all George Carpentier. It's a 1,000 page book, but it's 500 pages of George Carpentier. And as you can see here, he holds a victory over Joe Beckett. If Joe Beckett was some fighter himself, I have to do a profile on him, but he was a very good fighter in London, England, with Joe Beckett. And as you can see here, Beckett was stretched out flat. And George Carpentier calls out Jack Dempsey, as you can see here. Let's get it on. He picks up Joe Beckett, tries to carry him back to his corner. I mentioned that George Carpentier was a referee for Jack Johnson and Frank Moran. Very good little fighter was George Carpentier. Now once again, this is George Carpentier's scrapbook here. The crowd watches out as Dempsey prepares. First challenger seeks to attain present weight of 175 pounds. Is confident he will win battle. They considered it the battle of the century on July 2nd, which was 1921. He suffered seasickness on the way over, but now appears to be fine. George Carpentier will lose his crown at Balansiki. Balansiki was some fighter. It was a controversial fight because they felt that George Carpentier was kneed in the groin by Balansiki. As you can see here, Kid Norfolk easily tames Balansiki. And I got this out of the African American Scrapbook. I have 2 of these books, 1,000 pages each book, 2,000 pages per book, 4,000 pages total. And this is Balansiki versus Kid Norfolk. So, hey, thanks for hanging in there with me. I just wanted to touch on George Carpentier. As you can see here, Carpentier's, as they call Dusky Conqueror, shows little more the gameness in his American debut at Madison Square Garden. You see, Kid Norfolk would defeat Balansiki. Balansiki defeated George Carpentier. Had Kid Norfolk been given an opportunity, he could have been light heavyweight champion. Perhaps. Salute to my subscribers. Salute to Balansiki, Kid Norfolk, George Carpentier, and Jack Dempsey. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Peace.